something a little different, change it up for the third verse. For the third verse, massive. This goes out to, you know who you are. Jet Let's. Yo.
I hope she'd never leave me, but believe me, I saw the warning signs like a crystal ball hit a wall, sins absorb. Fools, lost before the fall, cause congratulations, Jean Paul, your Annie Hall's already involved. My eat a piss, we...
Hey, yo. There's something a little different, change it up for the third verse. For the third verse, massive. This goes out to, you know who you are. Jet Let's. Yo.
I hope she'd never leave me, but believe me, I saw the warning signs like a crystal ball hit a wall, sins absorb. Fools, lost before the fall, cause congratulations, Jean Paul, your Annie Hall's already involved. My eat a piss, read my lips, she exists only for me to...
This goes out to, you know who you are. Jet Let's. Yo.
I hope she'd never leave me, but believe me, I saw the warning signs like a crystal ball hit a wall, sins absorb. Fools, lost before the fall, cause congratulations, Jean Paul, your Annie Hall's already involved. My eat a piss, read my lips, she exists only for me to kiss. Blessed bliss, dreams of Genesis, ingesting ecstasy in Eden, my only exit's an exodus. Beneath semantics, guess men are the real romantics. Never forget, forever respect and reflect on all our regrets, till it's all we've got left. Hold my breath, sow the seed, so she's holding me in hopeless need. Going, she's devoted, please, knowingly goading me into open knees. Tomorrow screams she's over me, going overseas, fleeing to another man to see the ovaries. Photonies, guess in some ways it's pure poetry, being sentenced for the crimes of the older me. So amen to making amends, and always being on the fence, censored from a semblance of sense. Never hold it down, or only just be friends. Amused by my pretense, she honed in on this felon scent like she owned a seventh sense. Go on the offense, seducing me again. Throw her on the bed, cause the sex is so intense. The smell of her skin lotion, her smile joking. Divine like the sight of her unclothing. Bruv sitting broken, the memory of her flying back to Poland. Leaving an MC in need of love in streets and pubs. Mostly dosing on the cheapest drugs. Guess I'm just the king of hearts, searching for the queen of clubs. The queen of clubs, the queen of clubs, the queen of clubs. Hello and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I am the Nerd Man, and I'm coming to you with a very, very special video today. I'm hoping that everything is okay with my system. Let me see, I'm just going to make sure that I'm still streaming. Doesn't seem to have caught up. Interesting. Anyway, let me check something quickly, and then I'll be right back with you. I do apologize. So while I'm doing this, as you know, from the title of this stream, what I'm going to be doing today is something quite fun. We've just gone through DC Fandom, one of the most epic online events I've ever been to. I think, to be honest, you know, in terms of the question, which is who won DC Fandom, I believe we all won, because what a tremendous event. There isn't anything really that I think I dislike too much about DC Fandom. I think it was just an excellent, all well-round event. Just celebrate everyone's love, you know, my long love with DC, you know, the long love affair I've had with DC, and I just thought it was really, really fantastic, really well done. I'm just hoping that my stream is actually happening now. I don't know if I'm going to continue streaming unless I absolutely have to, because some things keep seeming to go wrong when I'm doing it. So it's not coming up yet. So let me just check, because I don't want to do a whole stream and then find out it's not even working. Oh, it is working. Okay, good. It's caught up now. Good. Okay. So, yeah, as I said, this is going to be just a fun thing. Going through, basically, I'm going to be ranking the trailers from DC Fandom as to which ones were best to worst. And I'm going to be looking at some of the things that I liked about them a lot. Some of them, you know, there is a little bit of controversy with some of them. I know there's a huge amount of Snyder fans who have, you know, hailed that the Justice League was the best thing, you know, since sliced bread. The Justice League trailer, that is. So we're going to go into that. And yeah, so let's start. I'm going to start with the game trailers, because, you know, to me, the game trailers, it's not as if they were bad necessarily. It's just that my interest level in them is very, very low. I mean, I know some people are hyped for it. So, looking at the trailer for Batman Gotham Knights, which was a trailer to come out, I thought that it was very interesting, you know, but this was the absolute last one for me. And it's mainly because, you know, in the end of the day, I'd be excited for a computer game if it was like a Wonder Woman or a Superman computer game, right? Like, or any other character, like than the Batman or the Batman family, or Batman's son, or Batman's daughter, or Batman's uncle, or, you know, I at this point, I really think they would do an Alfred game before they would do a Superman game. And that bothers me. You know, at this point, I'm very worried about DC in general, because even though I thought it was a massive, huge, big win, this DC Fandom event, I'm very, very concerned that they didn't have any Superman announcements at all. They didn't even have a Superman, like, let's celebrate, you know, Superman panel, you know, like they did with Batman, and, you know, they did like 7 for Batman, of like panel of the Joker, then the Batman, then all, you know, every panel they could do, they did for Batman. And I'll get onto it, but one of the things, you know, I won't tell you where I ranked the Batman trailer yet. But one of the things I loved about, or one of the things that I thought was really good about the Batman trailer, I'll just give this away, was that finally it's putting some respect on another villain's name apart from the Joker. And I think the Riddler, when people watch this movie, is going to be elevated to the level of the Joker, because I've always thought the Riddler is such an interesting villain, and he's probably, like, he should be equal to the Joker. If the Joker is like, let me think. Basically, the Riddler is the Moriarty to Batman, right? And the Joker is something else. I can't think what he is to Sherlock Holmes, but he's something else, right? And what I'm saying is that what was fantastic about this trailer was that you know, people are getting very, very excited about the Riddler. But I'll go into that later. But back to this game, right? So I was, you know, thinking at least do something for Superman, something to celebrate Superman, right? And the fact that this game wasn't a Superman game, that was already disappointing. But I'll admit, the gameplay, as you can see, looks pretty interesting. And, you know, I think this is a big win for people who are Batman fans, who were Arkham, you know, game fans. I was an Arkham game fan. Look at that. That's great. Like, the combinations you can do with the players. Why couldn't they just do a Young Justice game, you know? Like, Young Justice are more popular than these characters, you know, or Teen Titans. I would have even accepted that, you know. I don't understand why it had to be a full-on Batman game. I just think there are a bunch of Batman fanboys there, and it's kind of sad. You know, the story of this game is Bruce Wayne is dead, by the way, which I don't like. And one of the other things I really, really didn't like about DC Fandom was they were doing a black comic. I really like this line of comics. It's a really, really great line of comics. Which was Black Label, which was doing black superheroes. Jim Lee was in every single panel. He just wanted to be known as, like, I'm the man of DC now, which means we're going to be getting a lot more Batman projects, film projects, and everything. I mean, we've got within the films that were, you know, talked about today. We've already got like 5 different people playing Batman, or and other Batman characters. So that was funny. But there was a thing where they were saying they're going to make Batman black or something. I think it's in the next comic, and I don't think that's going to work. But that's beside the point. But in any case, yeah, so this I think the gameplay looks great. So it's exciting. I want to find out what's happening with it. I like the fact that they're introducing Court of Owls in this game as well. I think that's going to be a really interesting storyline to follow. But again, I've never been a big fan of Robin. I've never been a big fan of Batman's sidekicks. I think that his sidekicks are pretty fucking boring. I think, you know, I love Batman. He's like basically the Trinity, the DC Trinity are just equal for me. I like all 3 of them as equal superheroes. So Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, I just think are my favorite superheroes. I like the way their story can be used, the things that you can do with their story. But for me, everything, like, it's them I like. I don't want to see a Wonder Girl game or a Wonder Girl movie, although I'd love them to do one, or I'd love them to do an Amazon or Krypton movie, or, you know, a Gotham PD movie or something like that, Gotham PD game. I think it's good to expand those worlds, but for me, the main event is always Superman, right? Like, you've got to do that first. You've got to do the Batman first. You've got to do whatever first before I take any interest in these side characters. And with Batman in particular, I think his side characters are very, very hugely overrated. I've never read a comic of Robin's focused on Robin that was very interesting. The only Robin I've ever liked is from The Dark Knight Returns, which was the Katie Kelly one. So Batgirl, like, it's Bruce Wayne. His parents died. He's the one with the tragic, traumatic past. So all of these other guys, even, like, what is that? Like with Robin, what his clown parents died in a circus, and I'm supposed to feel for that. It just doesn't have the raw appeal of the Batman, right? Like the raw universal appeal. Like, you couldn't set Robin in any time. It's a very quirky kind of age, like an idea of its time, right? Like, having some kid lose his parents in a circus is not going to work now, as well as, you know, the billionaire playboy losing his parents in an alley. So that's my opinion of it. I'm excited for people who like it, but this definitely came last in my opinion. And I would have rather them, even if they're not going to do a Superman movie or Wonder Woman game or Superman game, you know, or Flash even. I'll take Flash. At least they could have done a Young Justice, not just another Batman game. It's just too much. It's too much. Do something else. You've got other characters to play with. Okay, so the next one, the next thing that I liked. By the way, I've seen Superman Man of Tomorrow, and you guys all should watch it, because that is exactly, as I said, I was very disappointed that there was no announcement for a Superman movie or a Superman game, or anything Superman. But the Superman Man of Tomorrow animated film, please go and get it, buy it, support Superman, and show DC that we like Superman and we want a new Superman movie. So I just watched it. It was all right. It was quite good. But I like the take on Superman. How they approach Superman is much better than they're doing in the DCEU. And I implore them to use this as a basic blueprint for how to make a new Superman movie, a new Superman franchise, because I think it's brilliant, the approach it's taken. It just needs a bit of a tightening up for it to be elevated to the level of what a Superman movie should be. And I think it would, the version of Superman Man of Tomorrow, which I'll go on, the animated film, is something that will really complement the Batman movie. So they could exist in the same world, that Superman and this Batman. So let me see if anyone's watching the live stream at the moment. No, I've got no one in my live stream at the moment. Good. So I can take my time. Okay, so number two movie that, or trailer that was, the number 2 trailer, or it takes the number 2 spot. It's definitely the Suicide Squad. I'm not going to talk too long about this. I like the humor in it. I like the fact that it was set in Metropolis. That was the main appeal for me of this, because I want to see Metropolis done properly. Much like Gotham is a character, you know, and this is great with Brainiac. I want to see how Brainiac fits into all of this, and that's a great design of Brainiac's ship, by the way. What a fantastic design of Brainiac's ship. But in any case, I love the humor between the characters, and I like the idea of the gameplay in this. So the story gameplay in this. So I like the fact that it's got the Justice League in it. So hopefully we're gonna have some epic, even though again the Justice League are bad guys, and you see some evil Superman eventually in this trailer. Let me show you where the evil Superman comes up. So we've got our obligatory evil Superman, because that's all these games can do with him. But again, I mean, the thing about this is it's giving me the Injustice vibes, where you're gonna have a really cool thing where, so Brainiac has taken over Superman and the Justice League's body, is what I believe it's trying to get at. That's what I believe. I hope it's not something where Superman once again has gone evil for some reason, because that will just piss me off. At least if Brainiac has taken over their bodies, that I can understand. But in any case, yeah, I love the idea of the Suicide. How are they going to possibly take on the Justice League? And I want to see those battles of, like, you know, showing Wonder Woman gameplay, showing Flash gameplay. I'm almost less excited about Superman, but I'm more excited about seeing how will they do the Suicide Squad strategizing to take on the Flash or Wonder Woman, or, you know, Green Lantern or something like that, or maybe even Martian Manhunter. So that's what I'm really excited about. And I'm very excited that this game is not set in Gotham, it's set in Metropolis. And hopefully they make Metropolis an actual city of the future, because Metropolis is a character in the Superman stories, much like, you know, Gotham is. It's supposed to be the city of the future. So I want to see that really, you know, come together properly. So that's the thing that mainly excited me about this game. So so we've got, how many have we got? So there was one I did miss out on, which was, and by the way, I'm going to react a little bit to the Batman trailer. Not much, but a little bit. So here we go. So we've got Black Adam here. So the Black Adam panel. This one came in last for me for the movies. I'm very excited about it, but there are some things that The Rock is saying that is bothering me. I don't understand. Look, if there's a Superman movie, the absolute fucking last thing I want to see is Superman taking on Black Adam. I know a lot of people are excited for this for some reason, but I cannot stand the idea. Black Adam is a Shazam villain. And I'm not just saying that. There are some people's villains that I would be interested in Superman taking on. I'm not saying, like, oh, because it's a Shazam villain, it has to be Shazam. But he only makes sense facing off against Shazam. And I don't know why he's facing off against the JSA. But fine, if that's a setup movie to him facing Shazam. He needs to be in the next Shazam movie. He needs to get his head out of his ass and stop going off this way and that, thinking I'm The Rock, I'm too big for Shazam. No, you need to be against Shazam. And the whole beauty of, you know, The Rock playing this role is you'll feel a real threat to the Shazam family. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at this animal, right? Look at this beast that Black Adam is. How are the Shazam family going to take him on? You know, you want to see Shazam literally sacrificing his whole self because he's, you know, to stop, you know, Black Adam going, you know, rogue on the Shazamily, who are basically just kids. It's going to heighten the stakes so high, having a really evil, you know, Black Adam, who looks like a, you know, like a tank facing the Shazam family. And I just don't see the appeal of him facing Superman. I don't, like, it's going to be two, like, indestructible people punching and electrocuting each other. That's all I see. It's just like, it'll be one big massive action scene of a movie. There's no organic relationship between Superman and this character, right? I would much rather see Superman fix the Superman world, first of all, recast or you know, bring Cavill back. You know, I personally prefer recasting, but at this point, you know, screw it. Bring Cavill back if you need to. If you bring Cavill back, have him face Brainiac, because that's the only way. That's the only route you can go. It's been long enough. I know the last movie was an alien invasion or whatever, but you have to find a way somehow to change it up a bit, the alien invasion vibe up a bit, and have him take on, you know, Brainiac, and possibly, you know, add some of the, you know, you can maybe make it a Superman Wonder Woman movie, right? Like, so, you know, you can add a few more of the, just like a Superman Wonder Woman Flash movie, where they're, you know, it's mainly Superman, but the Flash and Wonder Woman are helping, you know, take on Brainiac, right? Like that's what it's gonna be. If it's going to be, I'm sorry, if it's going to be Henry Cavill, that's what you've got to do. If it's not going to be Henry Cavill, I'll save Brainiac for the second movie and actually, you know, have get a lower stakes villain to introduce Superman. So have him face, you know, Parasite or something like that. Do a good origin story for Parasite. Do another year 2 Superman movie and put it in the Batman universe. This Batman universe, I think it will be good to see if Superman in that universe and, you know, how the Batman would react. And you can actually redo what Snyder failed to do in the first place. So, and then I would have him face second, you know, face Brainiac. But as far as having him, if somebody could tell me a good story for why Black Adam, and once Black Adam faces Superman, is Superman gonna lose? And then he faces Shazam? Because that's the only way that movie makes sense. If Superman's gonna lose, so it adds to the stakes of, holy shit, how Shazam family gonna beat Black Adam? Because I can't see any other way of making it work. I could possibly see the only problem with having a Superman and Shazam movie with Black Adam is that you take away the Shazam family. Because you can't have the Shazam family, Superman and Shazam taking on Black Adam, whereas you could have the Shazam family, you know, taking on Black Adam by themselves. So I just don't see any, and it seems like somebody gave, you know, The Rock, you know, who I love. This was a great presentation that he did, by the way. It was great. Just a few things that he said that bothered me. Because I am excited for the Black Adam film, but I'd be much more excited if I knew that this was setting up, you know, so a confrontation with him and Shazam. You know, just like I hope the Joker and the Batman movie are setting up a confrontation between Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and Patterson's Batman. I don't care what anyone says. I think that's, after seeing what Joaquin Phoenix did as the Joker, you've got to do that, because the tone of the Batman is perfect for that Joker, with a crazy Joker, anarchic Joker family. I'm sorry, it's just perfect. And seeing how they could use that Joker dressed like that, and, you know, and skinny, but like he's somehow got like a lot smarter, that I have to see. You know, I think, and having him, you know, that Joker, you know, like that have been Patterson, you know, when the Joker makes the Patterson smile or whatever, or sorry, the little Bruce Wayne smile in the Joker movie, like through the gates. If that was Patterson, that would blow my fucking mind. If that ends up having been Patterson, that would blow my mind. And the kid kind of looks like Patterson. So anyway, why did I bring that up? So yeah, no, like, just like I'm hoping that they're separating those worlds so that those two characters can conflict in a later movie. I'm hoping they're separating Shazam and Black Adam so that they can come and you know, face each other later. And I know The Rock is very enthusiastic, and I know a few DC fans have been, oh, bring Cavill to face Black Adam. Why? Who's gonna watch that movie? What organic relationship do they have? It's a waste. It will ruin Superman further, and it will devalue Black Adam, and it will devalue Shazam. So it's a three-way devaluing. Because if Superman beats Black Adam, what's Shazam gonna do? The man's already been beaten. You need an undefeated Black Adam facing Shazam. You can't have a defeated Black Adam face Shazam, because it deflates the stakes. You're like, oh, this guy is beatable, right? Even if it is by Superman. So you need to get that out of your head, Rock. If you want to face Superman after you faced Shazam, or have it so Superman comes in right at the end when the Shazamily are facing Black Adam, but have Shazam be the one to beat Black Adam. So the Superman comes in for the aid, like the rest of the Shazam family are down. It's only Shazam versus Black Adam now. Superman comes in for the little help assist, and then obviously as a surprise guest or something, and then obviously have Shazam be the one who beats Black Adam. That's the if you must. So I'm excited about this film, but it was the least excited just because of what he was saying. And if it was more connected to the Shazam universe, if they had mentioned Shazam, I would have been more into it. But the fact that they didn't bothers me. It feels like The Rock feels like he's become too big for the Shazam family. And he's mainly been floating this idea around since the Shazam movie didn't make as much money as probably he thought it would. And he's a producer on the movie, so I don't know what he's thinking. He's a producer on the second movie as well. He should be bang into ensuring that franchise gets a boost from the Rock being in it. And what I would say as well about that, just finally, is that they need more star power in that movie. Those kids are great. The cast is great. Everything is great about Shazam. I love the panel, by the way. It's my third favorite DC movie in recent times after Joker, Wonder Woman. That came as my favorite DC movie. I think it shits on Aquaman, and anyone who says it doesn't is lying to themselves. It's better than Birds of Prey, although Birds of Prey is good with bad action scenes. So that's what it needs to focus on in as far as I'm concerned. And that's why that panel bothered me. And the trailer was good. Him facing the JSA, cool. I mean, I think it's visually going to look interesting. I just hope that Black Adam beats the JSA. I hope that's what this movie is. That Black Adam should be beating the JSA, so it's preparing for a future confrontation with Shazam, because that's a Shazam villain, Black Adam. All right, so next up to the top 4, and this is the main event now, and I think some of you might be disappointed in this, but it's got to be Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. That comes number 4 for me. First of all, let's just I've been hearing people who are saying that this was the best trailer. I've heard people on other channels saying this is the second best trailer, and how this won fandom. I don't think it did at all. I think there's one clear victor of fandom, but I'm not gonna say who at the moment. And the thing that people are saying is that they're disappointed in the CGI. Some people are saying this. They're disappointed in the CGI of Cheetah in the Wonder Woman trailer. I'll go on to that later. I'll talk about that later. So they're saying that they think the CGI on Cheetah isn't very good. Well, what the hell is this? Look at Darkseid here. What is going on with Darkseid? I'm gonna go on to some things I like about this trailer, because there are things I do. At first, I really didn't like it at all, but as I watched it more, I found things that I did enjoy about it. But there's I'm gonna tell you the things I enjoyed about it after, as we watch it. But there's something in it that makes me really just overall think that this trailer is very average, even though I still believe that the Snyder Cut might be a good movie. So here's the thing. So this, how can you possibly say, oh, the cheater, big up this trailer and say, you like it, it's flawless victory, and then complain about the Wonder Woman trailer for the cheated CGI, when the cheated CGI in the Wonder Woman movie is 30 times better than the design, and everything about the cheater is better than the design and look of Darkseid. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this. He looks like a PS3 character. And what is he doing? What is he actually doing with an axe? This is not Darkseid, my friends. This is some creation. You know what it looks like? It looks like a fan-made trailer where they've turned Batman v Superman's Doomsday into Darkseid. Right? For a fan-made Justice League trailer. Concept trailer. And I've seen some of those done better than this. And if you see here, this is the exact same movement that Steppenwolf does. Exact. So it means that Joss Whedon obviously took Steppenwolf and laid him over the movements of Darkseid. And then people are going to come out, I know the Justice League Snyder Cut fans are going to come out and they're going to be like, oh, well, you know, this is Uxis. It's not Darkseid yet. Okay. Are we going to use this excuse every single film? It's not Superman yet. It's his first day. It's not Superman yet. He's still developing into Superman in Batman v Superman, his second movie. It's not Lex Luthor, it's Lex Luthor Jr. And I actually like Lex Luthor. But they use that as well, they use that excuse. It's not Lex Luthor, this is Lex Luthor Jr. That's why he's not acting. It's like, come on, how many times do we have to use this excuse for Snyder? So this isn't Darkseid. You're telling me this isn't Darkseid. With an axe, instead of with his hands behind his back looking like a boss. Who is this guy? Look at this screen. Anyway, there are some things I really liked about this trailer. So I'm going to go into it as we go along. I'm going to do a little bit of a shot by shot. This is obviously from Kingdom Come, that scene. And then here you've got a nice look at the apocalypse. Planet Apocalypse. This is all scenes from the Joss Whedon cut. This is basically the same scene from the Joss Whedon cut. So he's an alcoholic in this. You know, one thing I really thought, like, I didn't like about this trailer at all. I think the music choice was awful, first of all. I love this scene, though. I do love these two scenes back to back. I like the black Superman suit. But one thing I thought, come on, man. Like, come stronger than this, Zack Snyder. I don't even think it's... I just think this is a badly cut trailer. It's not that the scenes I'm seeing are bad. It's a badly cut trailer. And I can't believe people are giving him... are not giving him a little bit of flack for this. Come harder than this. There's no dialogue in this trailer. That's the first thing. The music choice. What is with the music? Stop with this rock and roll. This is the Justice League, dude. They're supposed to have epic score. That's what you have for the Justice League. You have an epic score. And if you are going to put, like, music in the background of it, let's actually have the music match what's going on the screen. This didn't match. This is just like, it seems just like a song Zack Snyder likes that he's just decided to put over this. It does not match. So, yeah, there's that. But I like some of the scenes here. This scene was great. I especially like this scene. And I especially like this scene. And I'm really, really glad to see Kirstie Clements back from Dope as Iris West. I hope she's Iris West in the Flashpoint movie as well. Look at this. See, these kind of things, this kind of things is what makes me feel like Snyder Cut fans, you know, people who've been advocating this, a little bit delusional. Here we are again. Everyone and their mother was complaining about how Superman was resurrected, including Snyder Cut fans, saying, "Oh my God, Whedon, how could he have, you know, them dig up Superman's grave?" This is Cyborg digging up Superman's grave, I believe. So that was Snyder's idea. That wasn't Josh Whedon's idea. And here we go again. This is a Snyder scene. It was in Josh Whedon's film. All of this just reminds me a lot of what I saw, which I did not like. That was in Josh Whedon. The Aqua Bro. I like this. All the new stuff I like. And since it's 4 hours, you know, it's either going to be a huge pile of shit or it's going to be, you know, I think it's going to be pretty good, at least very enjoyable. So I know that it's not the same movie, but, you know, because some people online were going, "Oh, well, this just looks like the same movie." I know it's not the same movie because it's got 2 hours more of footage. So obviously it's not the same movie. But having said that, this trailer makes it look like it's the same movie with just like some extra toppings, you know, some extra things on top. Like, I know this guy is only going to be in it for one scene. So don't get excited. Like, this is a great image, but this guy's going to be in it for one scene. This isn't going to be like a main villain in it. You're going to see him on Apocalypse. This is Desaad, the servant of Darkseid. And I know Darkseid isn't going to be in it for very long. So we know that this character is just like, this is almost manipulative, right? Darkseid is not the main villain of this. This guy's going to be in it once. It's all going to be still Steppenwolf for most of the runtime, like as the main villain. So, you know, whatever with that. But great image. Love this. You know, adding some more Cyborg scenes, fleshing out that character. Absolutely fantastic. Love this scene. This giving Cyborg more to do. I think, actually, I'll give Ray Fisher this. I think he was the best actor in the Justice League movie. I think his portrayal of Cyborg, I feel like in the Justice League movie, everyone, when they were doing the reshoots, got a bit lazy. Because I think they had to do so many reshoots that it was just like, what's going on? And I can understand that. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, Ray Fisher was the best actor. Not the best character, but the best actor. The one who seemed like he still cared, right? And then it was Gal Gadot. And then, you know, I thought The Flash was fine. I thought he was one of the better characters, apart from some of his lines were just not really that funny. But in terms of this, I just thought, like, how heartbreaking is this? Him losing his dad like that. I thought that was a great little scene. So I loved that. But then you get 10 more scenes of stuff I've already seen. This is stuff from the initial movie. Scenes I did not like. I don't like that the Amazons got owned like this in the first movie, and then they owned and then Steppenwolf owns Wonder Woman as well. Is that Superman? Is that Superman? Yeah, that's Superman in the black suit, facing off against Steppenwolf. I'm kind of fascinated by that. Like, this could either be... Oh, sorry, this Batman scene here. This Batman scene here can either be one of the coolest scenes in the world or just plain stupid. How is Batman blocking, you know, blasts from, you know, one of Darkseid's minions, right? Like, I don't know how he's doing that unless it's like some cool device that they tell you about in the beginning of the movie. So I'm excited to find out, because that's a cool shot. I mean, you can't deny that's a cool shot, just Batman taking it like that. That is a cool shot. Love this. This is probably my favorite shot of the whole movie. If this is how he's depicting the Speed Force, the quantum realm as he calls it, the Speed Force, that is awesome. Like, that's my favorite shot in the movie. Because, again, one of the things I wanted to see is the Flash using his powers, man. You know? I've already done a video about how I was so pissed off about how they used the Flash in the Justice League movie. How they used him in the Superman versus the Justice League fight. I think the Flash should have been one of the MVPs of that fight, right? He should have been zipping around doing shit until Superman finally got him. You know, show that he's got more things that he can do, like little tricks and stuff. And I think Wonder Woman should have been treated better in that fight as well. So I really like this Speed Force stuff, man. That looks epic and sets up really well for the Flashpoint movie. More scenes from the original movie. Love that. That was really good. But again, I want dialogue in this. I want some context. Do you know what I mean? This trailer would have been more epic if they showed us dialogue scenes and cut a good song that went with the dialogue. If it was Alleluia that goes with the dialogue, fine. If you see the way the Batman trailer's cut. Anyway, I'll go on to the Batman trailer later. I'll compare it later. So, this, fantastic. Don't know what that was. I think that was King Orm. And then the Flash running. I've never had a problem with the Flash's funny run. I thought it was kind of humorous that the fastest man in the world can't run. I thought that was the gag, and I thought that gag kind of made sense. But again, you know, everyone was complaining about the Flash run, saying it was Whedon or something, and it actually happens to have been Zack Snyder. So, again, that's an L for the Snyder Cut fans. Yeah, so this shot, don't like it. It's basically the same shot as from the Josh Whedon Snyder Cut, and basically it looks worse because Superman's in a black suit. The black suit is supposed to be a regeneration suit so that he can get his powers back. I don't know why he's wearing a black suit when, you know, he seems at full power. He seems like he's more powerful than the whole Justice League, and he looks like in the Justice League film. I suspect that even if Steppenwolf had have gone on the Justice League side, Superman still would have beaten them all, right? So I don't really, you know, this thing with Superman in the Justice League, or sorry, this thing of him wearing the black suit as a regeneration suit, it's obviously not that. So it's obviously just kind of like fan service. It has no real reason for being there. So that I'm not that, you know, hyped about. But all in all, I would say this was an average trailer. It was an average trailer. It was good. Good to average, or average to good. I like this scene a lot because this scene actually has Barry Allen speaking, actually talking, and, you know, giving a different vibe to how this Justice League, like, it's going to be a little bit more serious. Barry Allen isn't going to be always, you know, I don't mind him doing a few jokes and being a bit of a joker because, you know, the Flash has always been that in the Justice League. Like, he's somebody who doesn't know his own power, you know, like, he's super powerful, you know, but you don't realize until he gets serious. So, I did like this scene a lot. And I loved when Cyborg was controlling the missiles as well. So again, nice trailer, but it was a bit average. And for people to be like, oh, this was one of the winners of the DC fandom, I think they already had it as a winner in their head, right? Like they already decided like the Snyder Cut was going to be the winner before they even watched it. So the next one, which is about equal to the Snyder Cut, to be honest, is the Suicide Squad. There's very little between them. I thought this was a very... I think they should have done this and had a trailer for the movie. Like, I don't see how somebody like Matt Reeves, who's been shooting for 3 months, has a better trailer than the Suicide Squad, which is complete. Right? It's absolutely complete. You know, what I'd want to see from this trailer is to ensure that this isn't just being made into the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of joke movie, right? Like, they've still somewhat kept the tone of the Suicide Squad and made it dark and ensured that the original people who made the Suicide Squad, no matter what anyone wants to say about it, the Suicide Squad was a successful movie and I liked it. So I want to see that he's continuing on that tradition and, you know, show us a good action set piece or something like that. But like having characters like Polka Dot Man in it just makes me feel like it's a little bit of a joke, you know, and I don't want it to be a joke. I want it to have some humor in it because it's got Harley Quinn and all those characters, but, you know, be like a dark movie, you know, like a little bit gritty, like the first movie. But all in all, it looks to me like the trailer, when it does drop, is going to be epic. So that's why I'm giving it a pass, and I'll put it over the Zack Snyder Cut trailer, because the Snyder Cut trailer didn't tell me necessarily that the Snyder Cut, when we get a full Snyder Cut trailer with dialogue and everything in it, that it's going to be actually a good trailer. Whereas this, if you look at the action in this, it looks a little bit epic. Like, it looks like they're on a sick mission and it's going to be good, you know, and they're going to be using Harley Quinn in a much interesting way. Like, the fight scenes of Harley Quinn look a little bit... It looks big. This looks big. It looks like a kind of Rambo-esque kind of movie, but with the Suicide Squad in it, right? So I like that, and I like the John Cena character, like a twisted, warped Captain America. I thought that was an interesting take on character in the Suicide Squad. So I liked it, but it should have been a trailer. If the Batman could bring us a trailer, the Suicide Squad should have brought us a trailer. And if it had have brought us a trailer, I suspect the Suicide Squad trailer would have actually been a little bit more epic than the next film in the line. So the next 2 films in line are so close. I absolutely 350% loved this trailer. And even from the opening, it seems to be fixing everything that was wrong with the first movie. Now we're having a more serious tone Wonder Woman. Look, that it kind of has the gravitas that Wonder Woman deserves, which the first film did as well. But this one, the visuals, whereas it was the story and the directing of Patty Jenkins and the emotion that brought forth the gravitas of the Wonder Woman movie in the first one, this one, it's actually the visuals as well as what the story seems to be, and the villains seem to be, you know, on point. Like, they seem, you know, I feared that Cheetah was going to be kind of more you know, Spider-Man 2 Electro, then Catwoman Batman Returns. And this one makes it look like she's more Catwoman Batman Returns, but with a little bit of a twist, where she's a little bit even more serious than even the Batman Returns Catwoman. And I like that. And I like the relationship being set up. I almost, well, you know, whatever. But this is great. All of this is great. Look at this visual, like Wonder Woman twisting the lasso around. I like the fact that she doesn't have the sword and shield this time. I hope they bring that back for the third movie. But, you know, it looks like she's got real, you know, I love this. Look at this. All of this stuff juxtaposing these two beastly characters and how they're going to fight each other. By the way, holy shit. When she walks in, look at how fit Kristen Wiig looks in this scene. Jesus Christ, she looks hot. But anyway, apart from that, she does look really, really fucking hot. So apart from that, just the visuals here, Wonder Woman doing epic shit, saving the world, being, you know, being that counterpart to Batman, you know, that Superman and Wonder Woman are supposed to be. Like, as cool as Batman is, as dark and gritty as he is, these guys have to be more epic and inspirational. And when you look at these scenes, that's what I see. I see epic, inspirational. You know, look at her soaring through the clouds majestically like a goddess. I love this scene. Look at that. Just flying through the air like. And I hope she flies this time. Like this joke. This was a funny joke about the radar here. And, you know, Maxwell Lord looks like he's on point. And I just think, the cheetah here, if we look at this cheetah scene, I don't see what people are talking about with the CGI. It's a Catwoman, you know. There's nothing. This looks way better than the Cats film, and given it that it's a Catwoman, I like the design. And she looks ferocious, and what cheetah would be. I don't see, like, if you can name me a film where they've done a cat person better than this, then show me it, because you know, with yellow fur and black, that's hard to render to make to look like really brilliant. And I think this looks pretty epic. Like, the face looks weird, like some kind of you know, succubus like creature. And so I dig this look a lot. It's not trying to make her look sexy or anything like that. She is just a beast here. So I love this trailer. Is there anything else? The only bits I didn't like about this trailer was the bits where they try and force humor. You know, this looks like it's going to be an epic action scene. I suspect Patty Jenkins, knowing her and knowing how she is, that she's holding back on this fight scene. So, like, everything we've seen of the fight scene so far are the bits that are going to be, like, the least, you know, epic of the fight scenes. I think, you know, Cheetah's going to do some super speed, fucking super blitz speed shit on Wonder Woman, and it's going to be epic. And, you know, the golden armor, I think, could have been done better, but I like it. This is the only scene I don't like, and this is basically what put it down for me. Like, this obligatory Marvel humor. They should have cut this trailer off, or found a better joke to tail end this trailer with, or a better scene to tail end this trailer with than this. It would have been better to have, like, Hippolyta giving some epic speech to Wonder Woman, which, again, is something I love about this trailer, because that was one of the things missing from Wonder Woman 1, which was you need Hippolyta Just like Jor-El gives the epic speeches to Superman, or Alfred gives the epic speeches to Batman. You want Hippolyta giving those epic motivational speeches to Wonder Woman, so that you know how Wonder Woman becomes Wonder Woman. So this was a fantastic trailer, absolutely stole the show, and the panel was great as well. I loved how Patty Jenkins talks about this character as somebody who's for everyone. She's for little boys, little girls, you know, she's for women, she's for men, she's for everyone to enjoy, and that's taken, and I've really appreciated that in the movies, as opposed to, you know, this forced fake you know, feminism, modern feminism that they do, where it's like belittling men or belittling other people to raise up the woman hero in the film. I think that's a bad way to do things. It alienates audiences. I'm secure in my masculinity, so it doesn't bother me that much. Like, that isn't the reason I didn't like Captain Marvel. I thought that Captain Marvel was genuinely a bad movie. And Shazam was so much better than it, and people should have supported that movie way more than they should have supported Captain Marvel. But hey, you know, this is the world we live in. So I just appreciate that Wonder Woman is just like for everyone, and that's how that's how they present you know, this character, because that's who she is. She is for everyone. She's a teacher. She's a, you know, and I think this is the right tone. Or there's different tones you can take for Wonder Woman. You could do a more serious Wonder Woman easily. There's no problem with doing that. But this is the right tone for Wonder Woman. This really toes the line between, you know, that kind of 70s campiness that Wonder Woman had, but with the gravitas that elevates, you know, Wonder Woman as like this inspirational character as well. So I love it. I think it's a throwback to like the Superman movies, and I hope this makes over $1 billion if it's good. I really do, because I think Patty Jenkins, with the attitude she has towards Wonder Woman, how she's been dealing with this franchise, and the fact that she wants to expand the universe, make an Amazon movie as well. I just love her attitude towards this, and I thought she was fantastic. Now, straight up, the clear winner of DC Fandome. The absolute clear winner. Oh, okay, so I've got some... someone live who made a comment. So this is Gamer5163. I think Zack Snyder said that Superman wears the black suit in the movie because the red and blue one gets destroyed in BVS. Black suit was one of the first ones he found in the Kryptonian ship. I didn't know that. That's interesting, Gamer5163. I really didn't know that. So that would be a good reason. That would be a good in film reason for that to be for that to be why Superman's wearing the black suit. And as I said, with that particular film, with the trailer, I just think the problem was it didn't have dialogue, and I don't understand why you wouldn't make a proper dialogue trailer. You know, that's almost like a teaser trailer, what we got. That wasn't like a full trailer. You know, you need a dialogue trailer. In any case, dude, the one that easily won the DC Fandome. I mean, this blew me away. Just like the Wonder Woman one blew me away. This blew me away, but for like slightly different reasons, and reasons I'm much more impressed with. Or I was as impressed with as the Patty Jenkins panel. First of all, the way this guy, Matt Reeves, is talking about this movie is so good. Right? He's in there. He's into the DC mythology. Yeah, he's a Batman fanboy. they need to find the director who feels about Batman, or who feels about Superman the way that Patty Jenkins feels about Wonder Woman and the way that Matt Reeves feels about Batman. They need to find that director to complete the Trinity. Because this, you know, this would have been the most epic, flawless 10 out of 10 fuck the MCU live event if they had have dropped a Superman movie, like, and a director, and attached somebody to it. Because again, you need someone who feels about Superman the way that these guys feel about Batman and Wonder Woman. And this trailer, like the way he was speaking about the detective noir and how he wanted to do Gotham as a character, it's like he's taking all the best aspects of the Tim Burton movies and taking all the best aspects of the Nolan movies, because the Nolan movies, Batman Begins had Gotham as a character, but the second one was like, oh, Nolan is just trying to be hyper-realistic, and by the third one, he'd lost all sense of what the Batman character really is, right? He'd got so lost in this realism kind of aspect to the Batman that he'd forgotten about, like, hey, let's ground this, but still make it a Batman movie. That's what was so clever about Batman Begins, and what was clever to a certain degree about The Dark Knight. I think the Batman Begins was the superior Batman movie, whereas The Dark Knight was the superior, like, just if you just love films, right? But it was, you know, doing things that I think Batman wouldn't necessarily do, and, you know, whatever. But it was fantastic all the way through. Nolan did a great job, even in the third movie. But what I love about this one is that Matt Reeves is talking about how he's trying to develop Gotham as a character, and I can see Gotham is a character in this. It's like taking the best bits of Burton, taking the best bits of Fincher kind of vibe on top of this, and I've loved Matt Reeves' movies. I've not seen any of the Ape movies, but I've obviously seen Cloverfield, and I've seen the vampire movie that he did, which was fantastic, which was based on the Swedish vampire movie, Let Me In, which was excellent, and I was so excited for him to do the Batman. I knew he'd take it seriously. And first things first, what does he give us? He gives us a take Riddler that is going to elevate Riddler to that next level, which he should have been at already. Look at this shit. Him, the tape, look at this Fincher-like Zodiac, almost Fight Club-esque, Seven style cinematography here, man. Absolutely loving it. And then you've got everyone in, like, and this is one of the things that I think elevates this movie above the Wonder Woman trailer. Casting in this movie. You know, you've got your Gordon. And this is the one criticism I'll have about Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman. The time hopping doesn't allow you to attract the kind of talent that should be in these movies. Because when you make a franchise movie, I think Wonder Woman, as much as I love the Wonder Woman movie, should have been set in the present. It should have always been set in the present so that you could keep a cast of characters that are, you know, in the Wonder Woman mythos, and cast some real name actors in it. As far as the Wonder Woman movie is concerned, it has 4 stars and 4 movie stars, right? And it should have a lot more considering the success of Wonder Woman. It should be a lot more actors that would, you know, like big name stars or exciting young actors that are in this movie. But this is firing on all cylinders with the casting here. You've got Jeffrey Wright coming in, like, doing an epic job as Gordon. Look at that. Fantastic. As Gordon. It's like Commissioner Gordon in a freaking David Fincher movie. And then you've got Paul Dano as the Riddler. Just, it seems like he's chewing the scenery. Like he's like a Zodiac killer, kind of like some Zodiac serial maniac. And I love it. Absolutely love it. This is what the Riddler always should have been. The Moriarty to Batman's detective Sherlock Holmes. And that's what he's feeding into here. And I fucking love it. Look at this, to the Batman. And look at how Patterson looks in this bloody suit. Here. Comes in heavy. And I always advocated, I was always arguing. I'm going to make a prediction now, right? I love the performances I most love of Batman. All right, I'm going to tell you, like, straight up. So, Michael Keaton is one of the best Batmans, right? And the reason he's the best Batman is because of how he played off his villains. And he's the only Batman who could get away with smiling and still looking intimidating. He was fantastic. Loved his Bruce Wayne, which was a bit like of a quirky, weird kind of Burton-esque, kind of strange you know, like, how would you put it? Like not an extroverted, but like a weird, strange kind of Burton-esque character, right? Like that he plays, and like the whole Christmas vibes of those movies were great. So he was a really, really good adaptation of the Batman, and I can't wait to see him in the Flashpoint movie come back. So I like that version, but I really think the best performance up until now of the Batman was definitely Batman Begins. I think what Christian Bale did as Bruce Wayne Batman. First of all, the take on Batman was great because it was like a meta-analysis of what Batman means to us. So, you know, what do you mean? You know, and what is it? You know, he says to Ra's al Ghul, and what is that? What will I become if I stop? You know, like scrambling around trying to fight criminals one by one. And he goes, a legend, Mr. Wayne. And it was like it gave you tingles because you knew that in our world that's what Batman is. Batman's a legend, basically. And then, you know, on top of that, I think I've always shown this one scene that I think from Batman Begins, I'll even show it now, that I've always thought was just quintessential Batman. Quintessential Batman, you know, scene that made me feel like his performance was the greatest. This performance was the greatest performance. When he throws everyone out in the birthday scene in Batman Begins, right? So he throws everyone out of the party in Batman Begins. I just thought the acting was exquisite from Christian Bale. This is one of the best scenes. So the best scene of Bruce Wayne in you know, the Michael Keaton is like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's when I believed, you know, I believed Michael Keaton as Batman, and I believed his Bruce Wayne. Like he was this crazy guy who would run around in a bat suit and do all this. This is when I was believing in his Bruce Wayne even before, like the whole origin of his Bruce Wayne. I loved that, where he was a flawed character and he was learning to become a better person through, you know, his girlfriend Rachel Dawes. And I actually really like K.E. Holmes' performance in Batman. And look at this. I love the you know, this is when Nolan was actually trying to make Gotham a character. You know, in Batman Begins, he made it actually a character, right? Like, and then he lost that completely in The Dark Knight. I don't know why, because his Gotham looked sick. It was, up until then, this was when I saw this version of Gotham, it was my favorite Gotham. I liked it more than the Tim Burton. But afterwards, Tim Burton's Gotham was elevated again because the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises didn't continue that. It made it like much more realistic than comic booky, and I love the comic booky realism of this in Batman Begins. But anyway, here we go. He's at the party. Ra's al Ghul comes up to him, and he realizes this is Ra's al Ghul for the first time. Great performance by Liam Neeson as well. He was a fantastic villain, and I loved Scarecrow as well. The only problem with Batman Begins was that Scarecrow didn't become like a main villain like that Batman had to defeat. I thought that was kind of a bit whack. He should have taken on Scarecrow. But all of this stuff, this is beautiful. I was like, oh my god, it's Patrick Bateman. He's Patrick Batemaning, Batman Begins, and he just, tells everyone to get out of his birthday. I'm not joking. This is for real. All you sycophants, fantastic scene, just blew me away. What great acting. So this was what I thought up until now was the best Batman performance. A lot of people like to say it's Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck's an easy third. I like his James Bond take on Bruce Wayne, but I think the writing let him down, and I just don't think he's that great an actor, Ben Affleck. He did what I expected him to do, which was be quite good, but he's still Ben Affleck, right? Even though his James Bond take was good, his fight scenes were definitely the best. There's no doubt about that. The fight scenes that Ben Affleck did and Zack Snyder produced of Ben Affleck's Batman were definitely the best. But apart from that, I thought he was really, really good. But to talk about him in terms of, it's just that Michael is better, a more charismatic actor. He's a more charismatic person than Ben Affleck. Like, he's a cooler guy than Ben Affleck. So Michael Keaton often acts in a similar way, even though he's a fantastic actor. Kind of like that Michael Keaton kind of, Jack Nicholson, like that kind of actor where they're really good at bringing themselves into each role, but it's definitely Michael Keaton. He doesn't disappear, right? But Michael Keaton's so cool that him as Batman just works with those dark eyes, and when he's just waiting in the darkness and waiting for the bat signal to go off, he doesn't have a life apart from being Batman. Loved it. And then, same thing with Christian Bale. He's just got that darkness in him, that dark face about him, after seeing American Psycho. It's just like I was ready for him to be Batman. And, that whole Batman Begins, he knocks it apart. Then, I don't know, somebody gave him some wrong directions in The Dark Knight. He starts doing that stupid voice. His Bruce Wayne was still epic, but his Batman lost something from that voice he did. And then, obviously, but still, I still think Batman Begins is the best performance. Then we've got, as I said, Ben Affleck. I'm making a prediction now. Robert Pattinson's going to be the best Batman. And this is going to be better than The Dark Knight. This film is going to be better than The Dark Knight. I'm predicting it now. If everything goes well and they're able to complete and finish and shoot this movie, I'm going to like this better than The Dark Knight. And Paul Dano is going to make the Riddler a household name. Everyone is going to love the Riddler. The Riddler and the Joker are going to be being on the same level, right? Like, people are going to start seeing, hey, we talk about Batman having the greatest villains, but do we actually use them properly? Because look at this shit, man. Just the creepy writing that he has on that Paul Dano, like, look at this Batman suit. Love it. Like, really bargain basement, gritty, grimy. Like, he made it himself. And I want a Superman in this world. I want a year 2 Superman or year 1 Superman in this world. Look at this. What does liar? What does it say up here? What does liar when dead? Haven't a clue. Let's play a game, just me and you. And then he's got some scientific shit there. Like at the bottom, like he's some fucking genius doing... This is exactly what I wanted him to do. Like some Mensa level, like, twisted, you know, symbols that he's using as riddles. Like only like somebody who's super intelligent like Batman can even figure it out. And then, yeah, so this is fucking sick. Love that. Now, I'll tell you one thing. There was 2 castings that I was worried about in this movie. One less so. I just thought that, you know, it could have been cast better. But that is the casting of Penguin, who I'm forgetting his name at the moment. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, right? Was worried about that, but I'll get onto him later. And then I was worried about Catwoman, and I'll talk about her when she comes up. Let's go through the rest of this. I was never worried about Robert Pattinson, not for a freaking second. And there's so many great stars in this movie, which makes it above Wonder Woman, that only have 4 stars. 4 movie stars. This one has so many good. Look, love this scene. Look at this Riddler. He's fucking setting traps. Look at this Riddler. He's setting all these traps and playing a game with you. But I love it. I love Paul Dino's voice. I hope he's not just in the shadows and, you know, you actually get to see. But look at this. Look at this Catwoman. People are complaining about this Catwoman suit is brilliant for this world. Like, this is exactly the kind of Catwoman I would expect in this world. Just like the Catwoman in Nolan's world fit and the Catwoman in Burton's world fit. This Catwoman fits. Love the fact that it's just like some... and look at this. Absolutely unrecognizable. And he's Penguin. This is Colin Farrell as Penguin. I'm sold on Colin Farrell as Penguin now. The guy is such a good actor. I just don't... He's a great actor that makes sometimes weird choices in how he decides to act. But I think that this one, he's such a good character actor, can do so many different voices. I think he's going to be excellent. He just looks so... Like, there's something... He's not, like, pure evil. Like, there's something vulnerable and whatever about him. And, like, he's going to be taken over to a dark side that he didn't want to be in at first. So, love that. Pattinson is just looking epic in the bat suit. Look at him fighting off the police in the... And then this. And look at Catwoman fucking giving Batman the business here. Doing some capoeira shit. And look at that mask, man. I just love that. That is such an interesting take on Catwoman. And I think the Court of Owls are being introduced slowly through the Riddler in this, which is something that I absolutely love about this trailer as well. So let's look at this. Paul Dino, Riddler, fucking taking on the Batman, like showing him the business as well. Look at this Riddler. Every version of these Batman characters fit exactly into the world that has been that Matt Reeves is establishing, and that's what I love when a director, and this is what they should do with Superman and Wonder Woman, and I hope that the next director of Wonder Woman takes a different. I hope the next movie succeeds, and and the third movie succeeds, and Patty Jenkins bows out gracefully, and next director to continue a new franchise. Recast everything, do it in modern day, and so that she can have her own take on all of the characters that have been established in the Wonder Woman mythos through Patty Jenkins. But this is what I love, when someone takes Superman's Crystal Planet and they take you know, the villains like Lex Luthor, and they put their own spin on it rather than trying to create a different character and then call them Lex Luthor. Like, invent a world, your version of Gotham, or your version of Metropolis, or your version of Wonder Woman's world, which would be Gateway City, actually, but they haven't put that in the movies. That's her city. Invent your version of those cities, and then think, okay, so what Batman would fit in this particular, like, is this a fantastical world where there's technology that we don't have in the real world, or is this a more grounded world? Is this in the 90s, or is this in, you know, the 2000s, or is this right now? And then once you've established what that world is, then you create your Batman to fit the world. You create your Riddler to fit that world. You create your Joker to fit that world. And that's what this is. That's what Nolan did, Burton did, and that's what Matt Reeves is doing. And he's doing it fantastically. This Riddler looks epic. I love it. He's in green, you know, but they've taken just a different spin on what the Riddler costume would be. But all the trappings of who the Riddler is still there, and the voice. And then there's this scene where Batman just decides... Batman decides he's gonna choke a bitch. This is fucking sick. This is... Patterson, you've done it, bruh. I know he's gonna be the best Batman now. Bang, bang, bang. Mike Tyson knockout. Gets up. On vengeance. It's like beautiful. Batmobile. This is the Batmobile that fits this world. Motherfuckers like, this motherfucker's crazy. Is that... Oh shit, that was Penguin saying he's crazy. Yeah, it's Penguin saying he's crazy. So Penguin's saying this motherfucker's crazy, Batman. Loved it. Loved it. After 3 months of shooting, for Matt Reeves to give us this, you know, in the middle of the coronavirus, after 3 months of shooting, dude, this movie is going to be off the hizzy, man. I think this is going to be one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. I think Wonder Woman 84, hopefully, if it isn't too cheesy, might be up there as well, as one of the greatest solo movies, but I think be one of the greatest comic book movies. I am completely sold. I was completely sold on Patterson. I now think, wow, this guy knows, he's firing on all cylinders so much that even the casting which I was worried about, which was Colin Farrell, and I was worried about Catwoman's casting as well, which was, because I've never been impressed by this actress. I've seen her in many different things. I saw her in this recent TV series as well, where she was playing, I can't remember who, so it was this TV series like this about these single mothers and stuff. I'm trying to remember what this name's, Zoe Kravitz, right? So that's the actress's name. And I've seen her in the X-Men movie. She never really impressed me, but I feel like she's gonna be epic in this movie. I like this Catwoman. Dude, she might even rival Michelle Pfeiffer. Because I think Matt Reeves is just firing on so many cylinders right now that Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, there's not often I always say that there's different interpretations. And if you get the right interpretation, you know, Anne Hathaway did Catwoman really good, but she was nowhere near what, Michelle Pfeiffer managed to achieve as Catwoman, right? She was good, but nowhere near what Michelle Pfeiffer managed to achieve. I think in the right movie, she could have been good, but no. But this one, right, this Catwoman just looks so right for this particular world that, because I trust Matt Reeves, the way he's talking about this movie, I'd like to do a shot by shot and just listen to the way Matt Reeves talks about movies and listen to the way Zack Snyder talks about movies. And it's just a world of difference. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. Patty Jenkins gets it. You know, those above all of them, even above the Aquaman director, above, you know, even the Shazam director, who I like, he was very good. But Patty Jenkins gets DC Comics. She gets what these characters are about. They are gods. They are mythic beings, including Batman. I know he's human, but he's a myth. He's mythic. He's not Iron Man. He's not like, you know, there to sell you toys. You know, like the Avengers. These characters mean something. They're symbols of something. Batman's like a symbol of justice and vengeance. Wonder Woman's like a symbol of peace, right? These are great epic symbols. Superman's a symbol of hope. They mean more. And this is what this film does. This shows me a guy who understands the mythic elements of Batman. The music choice was excellent. I am sold on this movie. I'll be surprised if this movie doesn't make $2 billion. And then this little bookend at the end where you see Patterson take off. I love the way he's got the black around the eyes. I knew Patterson was going to nail it. People can talk about, you know, Twilight all they want. As soon as I saw Good Times, I was like, this guy is a serious actor. And what I like about this casting is they cast him as Batman. They didn't cast him as one of the villains. I wouldn't have liked if they had cast him as one of the villains. Because he, as much as a good actor as he is, he's not so charismatic that I want him as one of the villains. He's charismatic enough to play Batman. And like he's sarcastic and dark and emo enough to play Batman. So I like that casting. I would have hated if he was cast as a Joker or a Riddler or something. They cast the right people in the right role. This guy, and then they cast the better actors to act around him. Like Paul Dino is a better actor than Patterson. You know, Jeffrey Wright is a better actor than Patterson, right? So they cast the right people to go around him. And then there's the Court of Owls angle, where, you know, this is a series that it seems like it's building up to something. What I do want to see from this series, I can't. The third movie has to be Joaquin Phoenix versus this Batman. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, it will cheapen the Joker. Da, 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 da. I don't even care if they just say that this Joker is just a Joker from an alternate, like that Joker in the movie that was done, the Joker movie, basically, that Joker was basically these two worlds are separate, and Joaquin Phoenix just comes in as a Joker in the third movie in this universe, but he's a slightly alternate version of the Joker that he was in the Joker movie. That performance of Joaquin Phoenix was so excellent, and we only just skimmed the surface of what he could do as the Joker. You know, and he is his Joker fits in this world. The world that Matt Reeves has created, that Joker fits slap bang in the middle of this fucking world. And I want to see it. I want to see him deal with the Court of Owls in the second movie. Third movie, let's go Joker, baby. Let's go Joker. Let's go Joker. Joaquin Phoenix versus this motherfucker. I want to see it, bro. I want to see it. So, that's it. This was my number one pick. It was absolutely sick. And I think most people, even the Snyder fans, can't deny it. Even the haters, let's bring Ben Affleck. All those guys can shut the fuck up now. Yeah? No, let's not bring Ben Affleck. Let him stay in his Snyderverse world or whatever that's going to disappear, and let Batterson take over. And the one thing I don't like is DC suggesting that this Batman should not fit into the greater universe. I don't care. Get Patterson. As I said, if you need to, say that this is an alternative world, but that Patterson is Batman in that universe as well. Like, it's just an alternate version of Batman that fits in better with the Justice League. I don't care. If you're doing a multiverse, let there be a multiverse where there's two Patterson Batmans. One that's occupying this more realistic world, so Matt Reeves doesn't have to deal with all the Justice League stuff. But make Patterson the Batman in that world. Or alternatively, cast a young Superman, a Superman who's just an intern. They've just done this really, really great movie. I just saw it today, of Superman, Man of Tomorrow. And I just think they should make this a live action movie, like a version of this, a little bit like this is perfect with a good score and everything, but make this and just tighten up the script a bit, because the script's a bit like it could be better, could be a little bit more epic. Fuck it, cast the guy who does the voice for Superman in Superman Man of Tomorrow in Batterson's world, right? And make it so Superman and Batman exist in that world, so you can do like something between them. Eventually, when Patty Jenkins finishes with Wonder Woman, get a Wonder Woman in that world, like a more down-to-earth versions of these characters, because that's what this Superman is. He's a much less powerful version of Superman than in than Cavill's version. Something that you could see that this Batman could have a conflict with, and using his smarts could have his way with this Superman. This Superman is not as OP as the Superman in as Cavill's Superman. And just do this in live action, dude, and have that in the Patterson world. And Metropolis, don't make Metropolis right next to Gotham or anything like that. And then get Wonder Woman in there and do a Trinity movie. Then you can do a crossover multiverse movie where the Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman from that world meet the Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman from, let's call it, I'll call it the Jenkins verse, because Patty Jenkins is ruling that universe, yeah? So just do it like that, so they can meet each other in future, because that Batman needs to, you need that Robert Pattinson Batman as the Batman in the Justice League, man. That is what I want to see. Just don't make Superman so fucking... There's no need. That isn't the essence of the core of the character. Superman doesn't need to be that OP. Make a more realistic version of Superman. That's it. Yeah, most shit can't hurt him, but some shit can hurt him. Like, if he's faced against a superpowered guy, or, somebody comes up with some experimental red sun bullshit ray or something, or room or whatever, and can trap him, that his, when he gets hurt, he doesn't just, like, instantly regenerate from the sun. Like, it takes him a while, maybe 2-3 years for him to get to full power again. Something like that, right? So he can fit into a Patterson world a little bit more, and, get a Wonder Woman, do a similar thing like that. She's a warrior, she's trained, she can fly, she can do all of this kind of stuff. She's got super strength, but she isn't, like, super fucking OP. So she fits into the Patterson world. And then do a Trinity movie with these guys, because I'm telling you, this is what you should have been doing. This is what you should have been doing. You can do this with Superman, DC. And if you do this with Superman, you get them all in a world where they're more mythic. It doesn't mean make Superman dark. Make him mythic. Because that's what he is. He's a mythic character. Wonder Woman's a mythic character. Batman's a mythic character. Make them all mythic and get them in the same world. And MCU is nothing. It is nothing compared to this. I loved the whole presentation. Well done to whoever put this presentation together. All of the panels were interesting. My recommendations, if you didn't see the panels, I'd say definitely check out the Shazam panel. The women of color panel, I thought that was quite nice. The Wonder Woman panel was excellent. All of the panels to do with Wonder Woman were cool. I loved to see Patty Jenkins talk. to different people. The Batman panels were you know, I didn't like there was a couple I didn't like. I think they went a bit overboard with the Batman stuff, but essentially that Batman Matt Reeves panel, when he's talking about the Batman, that is a must-see. That was my favourite bit of the whole thing, because he blew it out of the park with his understanding of what the Batman is and what he means. Anyway, that's my discussion. Guys, I love you 3000. I'm outie, and see you on the next stream. Thanks very much.